PPM, Personal Profile Manager. It's because of PPM that when you log into your SIP phone by using the extension number and password, you get to see all of those feature buttons, and if you had contacts, your contacts would follow you. If you have speed dial keys, those would follow you. All of your settings, all of the settings associated to that station will follow you, right? No matter what phone you're using, as long as you enter your extension and your password, all of those things follow you. That's because of something known as PPM, and it comes from Session Manager. And it's not via SIP, but it's sent to the phone via HTTP. And actually it's HTTPS, so it's secure HTTP, over another protocol that's the SOAP protocol, Simple Object Access Protocol. So the phone, when you enter your credentials to register and to log in, the phone sends an HTTP request to Session Manager, and Session Manager then later sends an HTTP response with a lot of information. Here in page 101 we see all of the type of information, all the different type of information that are sent to the phone. So we have some network configuration information where we have SIP timers and phone settings like ringtones, volumes. All of that stuff comes from System Manager. Application configuration is mostly related to feature buttons and features. All of that stuff come from CM. And personal settings like speed dial, hotkeys, contact list, that comes from System Manager and CM. But all of that data that's sent to the phone is because of PPM, and the phone requests that data through a PPM request. Here's an example of that request where the phone is trying to request all of the endpoint configuration. And here in page 104 we have an example of the response where Session Manager sends all of that data to the phone. I could trace it, started in release 6.3, because Avaya added that option to trace the same. So if I stop the trace and I start the trace again, but this time I don't want to see SIP messages, instead I want to see PPM. Okay? And I'm going to make sure that I have no filters, and I'm going to log out my phone and log my phone in again.
Did you get this?
And hopefully, come on, show up. Why is that I'm not getting PPM? Come on. Are you running TraceSM too? No. No, I don't think so. Screen. Looks green. I do see the phone with the feature buttons. That's just off. Let's see, I'm gonna log out. Maybe I'm gonna stop the capture, quit the capture, run the capture again, start the capture, PPM.
I've never run it without SIP as well. I've always had both SIP and PPM in this chapter. There you go.
So if I go to this message here, this is where the endpoint, notice the direction of the arrow, the endpoint is asking Session Manager, like, hey, I want to get all my configuration. And if you go to the next one is the response. So if I go to the response and open it up, I want to see that Session Manager sends an XML file to the phone with a lot of parameters. Notice that in the first button, for example, is sending a call appearance for the first button. The second button will have another call appearance. The third button, a call appearance. The button number 4 has looks like it's the EC500. Button number 5 has a call forward. You see? Let's see what else. That's it. The dial plan. Now, if you place a call from one SIP phone to the other, you don't have to wait or press pound. It should go right away. Try it. I didn't test it.
Wow.
Right?
That's a lot of data.
It's sending the dial plan to the phone. That's why you don't have to press pound anymore, because the phone knows that's a 4-digit extension number what you're trying to reach. So that's a dial plan. Some information about RTCP is sent to the phone in case you wanna use something like prognosis, to monitor things related to the phone like jitter, delay, packet loss. You could configure the phone, to send that information to something like Avaya prognosis via RTCP. And some other stuff, a bunch of stuff is sent to the phone. As you said, a lot of data, a lot of PPM data is sent to the phone. That's PPM. That's pretty much PPM, and you're able to trace it in TraceSM. Previous releases you couldn't, so you had to do it with Wireshark. And if you do it with Wireshark, you need to change whatever if you're using TLS, you need to change it to TCP, because remember that the benefit of tracing in Session Manager is that the SM100 decrypts the message. So even though we're using TLS right now, we get to see these messages. If we were using Wireshark right now, outside Session Manager, we wouldn't be able to see the stuff because it's encrypted via TLS. But now we're able to do it easily with TraceSM.
So, I guess, we could look real quick, but a call from AST phone to AST phone that you do a list trace station on, you don't see any
nothing.
Jitter, nothing. You don't know that. In fact, does CM even know that?
Yeah, but you'll have to trace the tag associated to that trunk. That's the only place where you're going to see information.
Anything, and it's really only call control.
And it's only
nothing about jitter.
Yeah.
Call quality.
Yeah, we could see. I haven't seen if you see something. Let's do it. Let's see. The tag is probably 7. The tag was *01, so please trace tag *01, and let's place that call, please, from any of your AST devices to another AST device, to another SIP phone that is ready converted.
I think there's only the two, you and your soft phone and his.
I think they ended up converting the two phones. Let's see. Yeah, there is no jitter information, nothing more than the SIP invite sent from CM to Session Manager and vice versa.
So